They're like, oh yeah, he just came down. He also had the same predilection to go up to Spartanburg, where he would just show up, oh, I just went up to Spartanburg today, here are some peaches. That was his mood, yeah. But for me, he is an absolute Southern gentleman. And the arc of his life is incredible. I mean, think about living his life. He was born 100 years ago, 1925, into an agricultural community up in Spartanburg. You can imagine how different life was then compared to now. Very few cars, very much a farming lifestyle. And we all know Spartanburg, textiles, agriculture, that's how South Carolina grew. And he got to live that life and moved down here. He had his furniture stores in Spartanburg and also in Beaufort, and we all got blessed that he came down here. It was Curtis, set up the business, enabled Curtis to grow up here in Beaufort and tell me all the secrets, all the running off to Hunting Island to go surfing back in the day, all that sort of stuff. And then moving to Hilton Head and seeing the changes here. Absolutely epitomised a Southern gentleman, beautiful manners, amazing work ethic, frankly. He was known, as well as being known at the Dockside Restaurant, he was known everywhere at Lava Gym. I'd go in and say, Mr. Hart, how are you? And oh yeah, Cecil, he comes in today, gets on the walker, 99 years old, 30 minutes on the water, takes himself on the walker in and out. And it's very, very impressive. And then, he's educated me a lot about the South, and I've been very pleased to meet him. Second, he was a very humble man, as Pastor Brett told us. He'd never really talk about his military service. For as you all know, through this, he was in the army, and he served during the Second World War, and was on the beach, was in Normandy on the beaches of Normandy on D-Day, which is 80 years ago, June of this year, and was actually invited to go to France to attend the celebration. Sadly, had it been, I think even a year ago, it would have been on the cards, but right now, unfortunately not. But that is, I think we refer to that as the greatest generation, yeah. And what I'd like to do is put it into perspective a little bit between the relationship between France and America. Both had great traditions of freedom and liberty. My wife and I were in New York for Labor Day and went to see the Statue of Liberty. If you haven't ever been, it is an incredible thing to see. France built it in the late 1880s, showed it for a year, I believe, for the Grand Exhibition, put it over there, and everybody who came through Ellis Island got to see the symbol of liberty. And it's symbolic, basically, of America. First thing you think about, freedom, liberty, Statue of Liberty. And Mr. Hart personified this when he came through his service, goes to Europe, takes to, first of all, serving his country, but they're coming out to help liberate Europe. You can think how very different my life would be, my wife's life would be, had we not had Americans such as Mr. Hart preparing to step up, serve their country, serve for the values of freedom and democracy, take on fascism and authoritarianism, would be very difficult. Annabelle's grandmother was in Auschwitz and buckled. Had people like Mr. Hart not been around, who knows what would have happened. So I want to thank you all for honouring him. Previous Americans who've been honoured the Legion of Honor include Dwight Eisenhower, General MacArthur, Admiral Mullen, and I think it's fantastic that this service is still honoured. Me growing up in England, I heard all the famous artists and poets and God knows who else got them. And to be in the presence of someone who deservedly has been awarded one, it's just very humbling. But thank you everyone for coming. I'll pass it over to you.
Good afternoon. I am Anna de Jonquet, I'm the Consul General of France. So we will start the official part of the ceremony. I'm very, very sorry that Mr. Hart is not able to be here himself today. I really wish him well and that he will recover very promptly for what happened to him last night. I will not be able to pin him the insignia of the decoration, but I will present it to you. We will start with playing the national anthem, so if you would please stand up for that.